being generic, but he really is always authentically Katt, which I appreciate. And this special, I will say, I will say half of it.
Yes.
I was on. I was on board for half of it. Like gung ho the first half. Yes, this is authentically Katt. He's making incredible points. And what I love about his comedy is that he can talk about complex issues and topics, but make it very grounded, make it very just approachable.
Yes. Yeah. Like, so analytically, so I counted the laughs in this special.
Okay.
And there was 290. So right around like 300 laughs. And it was a 57-minute special. So it was about 5.5 laughs a minute, technically, right? About 5 to 5.5 laughs a minute. His speed and style gave way to where a lot of ways that he was getting laughs, I recognize is very different than other people. He got laughs a lot on just like facial expressions and physicality, where he didn't say anything and just got laughs just by a certain look or by a certain thing that he did on stage, which I thought was super impressive. I mean, we kind of know that Katt Williams, some of the stuff that he did in the early days, the physical stuff was some of the most hilarious things that you remember. Like the joke about his kid having ADD was just the funniest thing. Where his kid ran, he's like, "I just want to run." I don't know if you remember that, which special that was, but it was just hilarious. Just the phizicality of this kid running, like running from this side, and you see Katt running from this side to that side of the stage.
Yeah.
And it was just good. So like, I really like enjoy that part. The other piece like that I really found unique about his approach, he repeats his points a lot throughout the entire special. Like there was a couple things that he said. He was like, what was it? Lie versus truth. Lie versus truth. Lie versus truth. And he just kept repeating it like over and over again. And just like there was just lots of things, even like when he was talking about the chicken wing shortage, which is a great joke, by the way.
Oh my dude.
So good. So
and that's why the second half let me down, because I was like, oh, he's going all in here. He's talking about
good
the
joke.
war on drugs and how it's
like 10 minutes. That chicken wing joke was about a 10-minute joke. It was so funny. It was so funny.
Shortage of chicken wings, but not like there's just these obvious things like, and not chickens that
obvious things. Yeah.
He said Taco Bell is selling chicken wings. He's like, it's in Revelations, people. Talking about how the world is ending. Like, just incredible. Yeah.
The lie versus the truth.
Yeah.
They'll lie to you, but they'll tell you the truth.
Yeah.
But just like, there was just a repeat of like those kinds of things of like, so I feel like he definitely stuck on the theme of like World War III, of just like this war of what to believe, what not to believe, lie versus the truth. Like good, what was it? It was something, hold on.
Did your camera just move? Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Hold on. Oh yeah, just when he was because he also brought it back to like God made chicken to be the most like the greatest animal, because in every culture, everybody eats chicken. And just like how he brought that back was just so funny. So I felt like he really kept it to the truth until the closer. Like it was like, where did this topic come from? And that was the only thing that took me off of it, was just like this closer. I get it, but it felt very club-like, and it was just talking about like eating women, and I was like, come on, man.
Eating women. Even you edited it. Like it had me clutching my pearls. How far he went, and it wasn't just the closing bit. I mean, the last like 20 minutes.
Oh, it was a good solid at least 10 minutes.
But even like, leading up to it, like he was talking about things like it basically went from like all this very like really amazing observations with very unique points of view. I mean, the war on drugs not happening anymore because black people don't make the drugs. Like, he's like, black
Yes.
people don't
Oh,
make fentanyl. You know, it's
yes.
like, like he
Yes.
was making all these incredible points and observations, and then it just went south. It just went straight to like
Literally, it went south.
literally south. He eased into with Adam and Eve stuff, and then it just kept going south from there, and the fruit, and then it just the cream, and I finished it because I love Katt, and we were doing this show today. But like, I was like, dang, man, I wonder why not
Yeah.
just do an entire special like the
Yeah.
first half, or really the
Yeah.
first 40 minutes. I mean,
No, for sure. Yeah. I think it was for me, but and honestly, I don't ever remember Cat going like dirty like that. That felt like a first for me. Like in watching Cat Williams all these years, has he ever gone sort of just like that graphic for that long about
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like I just don't I don't see that joke and think Cat Williams. And I think that's what kind of took me out of it. I was like, man, you talking about World War III, you're talking about what's happening in society. You've got all these poignant points, and now you're gonna end it on a I mean, he ended it on a big clip joke. That's
yeah,
really what it was.
yeah,
And I was
yeah.
like, what are we doing?
I know,
So that was the thing that kind of took me out of it.
and if he found a way to tie it in, like do the sex jokes and make it some sort of analogy to a bigger picture about society or politics or something, like he did with all these other topics, you know. But he literally just went from
Yeah,
all these incredible observations. I'm like, wow, that's an amazing point, and it's hilarious. To then it's
yeah,
just like sex jokes that you could hear at any
yeah.
given comedy show, you know. And
For
I don't,
yes. It felt
I'm
like a
not.
very it felt like something, like you said, that you didn't think not I don't want to say a professional, but like
Yeah.
a long-time professional. It felt like something that someone found like earlier on in their career
It
versus something that like a veteran would be doing.
it felt like two different sets. Like it really, and I
It really
love Cat, and I'm not throwing shade at all. You do whatever you want to do. He's sold out a big theater in Vegas to film a Netflix special. Clearly, Cat's doing what Cat wants to do, and it's working for him. But as a
yeah,
comedian that
yeah,
loves Cat Williams, it's like, come on, bruh, push us across the finish line. I mean, he really just it was just so graphic.
and here's the thing. I think I was okay with it until it just kept going. Like, I think, like,
Yes.
okay, I get it. That's funny, like, kind of thing. But, like, it was a elongated bit. Like, it was a very long bit. It
Almost
was a
like, oh no, I need to fill time. Like,
yes, that's what it felt like. It felt like I was like, you're Cat Williams, dude. You're hilarious. I mean, and it's not that it wasn't funny.
right.
It just took me out of the mode based on everything else that I just saw with the special.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, and that's what Tavis said. Yeah, the end of the special cut abruptly, like he ran out of time. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
That's a
don't
good point.
know. So I
I
don't.
don't
It,
know.
it did kind of abruptly end. I don't know. Like I'd love to ask him about it. Um, just to see like what 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 happened there.
Yeah. Yeah. I
But
mean, it wasn't the greatest closer that I've seen from Cat because all his closers have been like very poignant. But also, you know what it was? That closer didn't close up the entire topic that he usually talks about. And Cat is actually very good at like bringing things back. And I didn't see that with this special. Like in all the specials, I remember like he made a big hoopla at the end to bring back the point that he was making in the beginning. So like just something like just I don't even say it was just callbacks, but just something to like wrap it up. And that didn't feel like a wrap up. It just
yeah,
felt like here's a here's a here's a joke. That's
here's the
it.
next
Bye.
joke. Yeah,
Yep.
read it on a truck stop bathroom wall, and then here you go. But that being said, the special, he still has a lot of hilarious bits in there. Still super physical. You know, he's like hanging on to the mic stand at one point. Like, still
Yeah.
his timing. Like, that's something I think when we talk about Earthquake Special and just the amount of laughs per minute and how he does not take the foot off the gas. Or as they say, he keep his foot on day neck, as we say in this game. But what I did enjoy about Katt's like performance and his delivery is how paced it is. And he really is just like building tension with his pauses, and he's in no hurry and everything's on time and everything has a purpose. So I really enjoyed the performance aspect, not only the physicality, but just the confidence, and the pacing of it was really good as well.
Yeah. And I really liked his crowd work in this one as well. Like I just loved how he kept going to the crowd, just like for like quick bits, like, oh, the white people are nervous about,
Right.
like, and he just kept doing it, but it was so organic. It was never demeaning. It was never like, it didn't feel lazy at all. It felt like you're just like, that's what I liked about the whole special. It was just like, it felt interactive in such a way. It's like, let me tell you all about something that I think is a little effed up.
And the DJ.
Yeah.
He had a few DJ cues in there too.
Yeah. And yes, exactly. Those DJ cues were on point.
And part of that, he makes amazing points about like Joe Biden. Like, there's just so many things about the war on drugs and like politics. And then it just goes, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. I don't know why. I would love.
I think part of it is just like, maybe it's just, that's who Katt is.
Maybe he just wants to, yeah.
And then someone who's like, every once in a while, I got something dirty I want to say.
I mean, it's kind of like Chappelle does that too. He'll say all these profound things and then like a silly joke that's dirty just for the sake of comedy, you know? So, but he kept going. He kept going. But we're going to start, for those of y'all that have been watching us, and Eclipse Lawn Care said he's watching while mowing. He's listening while mowing, so we appreciate that. We are going to start grading comedy specials on the earthquake laughter scale. So for this Katt Williams World War III Netflix special, what do you give? On a scale of 1 to 5 earthquakes, what do you give?
Out of 1 to 5 earthquakes, I give this a 4 earthquakes.
A 4?
And the reason I give it a 4 earthquakes because everything about this special was great until the last like 15 minutes of that bit. Like, if I took the entire special, those last like, because it was an hour special, it was like 57 minutes, so it was an hour. The last like 15 minutes, I could have done without. So like the rest of it for me was pretty spectacular. And I understood, like, even in the bit that was as dirty as it was, I still counted the laughs, and like there was a lot of laughs in it. Yeah. So like, even though it wasn't like my speed, it's hard to say that it wasn't a good performance because the audience was eating that thing up. Like, just
all right. Well,
I give it a
4. Yoshi gives it 4 earthquakes out of 5. This is so cool. I'm gonna give it, and I'd be interested to know what people think in the comments, what they would give it. But I'm giving it 3 out of 5 here. Now I love Katt. He's absolutely hilarious. He's been one of my favorites since I saw Pimpin' and since I've been in comedy, he's been kind of a North Star for me in terms of just performance and the writing that he does. But in this one, I mean, the jokes, how he ended it, he made all these amazing points, and then it just got super dirty in the last quarter of it. And that really took me out of it because it was such a left turn. And I get it. I get the DJ stuff, that it's cool and it's fun and it's playful and that's what he wanted to do. But that kind of took me out of it. I'm just a purist, you know, of like when it's multimedia.
and I enjoy special effects. Like the special effects when who was it? Kevin Hart had the
On the
fire on
toilet?
the toilet. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, those, like I enjoy because it feels 3 dimensional. It feels
Yeah.
like you're not only talking, but there's music. There's like art. Like even like
And
I
that felt
enjoy.
like it had a purpose. But for Katz, the
Yeah,
DJ, he could have done without the DJ stuff. And I don't know, for that and just how it just kind
yeah.
of faded out for me.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah. So it feels like Hot Breath. It's a 3.5
A
stars
three
for
and a half.
3.5 earthquake.
We're gonna give Cat Williams 3.5 out of 5 earthquakes for his new comedy special. This is so cool. Chris O'Connor said amazing graphics. Nice work. Thank you so much. So if we did 3.5, I don't know how to do. I was trying to combine them. So 3.5 earthquakes out of
3.5.
5 for Mr.
Yes.
Cat Williams.